Yo, what's up? Man, I'm just gonna shoot from the hip on this one. I just saw the commentary LeBron did about the popularity of the WNBA where he wasn't said he wasn't gonna shoot. This that bullshit he said about just being honest on how he feel and the WNBA popularity is based on Caitlin Clark, explicit of that. But he's not giving the full context of why that is. Because when it comes to pretty much everything in this society is based on race. So when they have a white player that's decent, I can't. I'm not gonna knock and say she can't ball because she can. But my thing is she hasn't really won anything, and that my recognition of the WNBA was solely on Angel Reese doing what she did to her, shutting her down in that championship game. And that was what brought my awareness to the game, to be honest. But what LeBron's not talking about is how she has all of these. I want to choose the right words. When you got all of these entities that are backing her and elevating her to the level that she's at. Whether it's the media is already going to be biased because they've been looking for another Larry Bird or players of that nature. We are never the ones to make it about race, black or white. It's always coming from the other side that makes it about that. I've heard a lot of black people supporting Caitlin Clark, and I call them buck dancing, tap dancing, sambos, and buffoon, and all of that. But that's just my personal opinion because I see what I see, and they gonna see what they see, and usually what they see or their bottom line, and it's about dollars. But that's not the case with me. I could get on YouTube and buck dance and coon it up to get views, but that just ain't in me to do so. It's not. I couldn't even sleep at night if I did some bullshit like that. I just couldn't. I'm gonna say how I feel about things, and if YouTube tends not to promote my videos, that's fine. But I feel like the real people that want to hear what I got to say will find me eventually. I'm not doing bad. Some videos are hit and miss. Nothing great, but we slowly gaining traction and we're gonna keep at it. This issue, I think the really sad part about this whole Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese issue with me is how a lot of these professional black players are taking this stance that they're taking because I see it differently. Maybe maybe they feel that way because they just feel that way. That's their personal opinion. But a lot of these sports commentators, I do believe that their stance on the whole situation is to promote what's best or what they think is best for their bottom line, and that's to bring in dollars. If you have someone saying Angel Reese is the best on Sports Center, maybe a lot of people are going to tune out from that individual that's saying that and maybe not watch that channel at all. I don't know. Well, I do know. And I do know what I'm saying is right. Man, I miss Stuart Scott. Yes, I do. But what we got out here right now is just sad and pathetic, man. And this is one of the main reasons I stopped watching Sports Center, TNT, and all of that. Because of this tap dancing and this buck dancing is just so aggravating. It just is. You know how they speak out on players, Ja Morant, how they go at Ja Morant, how they go at Angel Reese, how they go at. I remember back in the day how they went at Allen Iverson. Man, I fuck with AI. AI was that dude. And I do believe if he didn't, if Allen Iverson didn't walk with that persona he walked in, maybe he kowtowed to what mainstream media wanted from players, he probably would have had 5 rings. I said it. He probably would have had 5 rings. This just me stating my opinion on the sport and other sports the way I feel. And that's why I stopped watching. Because it's a lot of other things that go into these games that got nothing to do with sports. It's more about image for the league, what's promotable for the league, what's commercial for the league, and so on. And I guess they feel, you got this young black woman in WNCAA that's walking with swag, proud black sister, fight out on the court, say how she feels about things. Like after Angel Reese bust Caitlin Clark ass in their first national title, how Jill Biden invited LSU and Iowa to the White House, and she said, "What a joke." Oh man, Ryder. Oh, they didn't like that, did they? Many of you didn't like that, but I love that. I did love that. That's why I'm gonna ride for her, no matter what she do out there. She could be the worst out on the floor, and I'm still gonna ride for her. She has definitely sparked my awareness of the game. I pay attention a little more. I'm doing these stories about it. I'm keeping up with it. And what's the record like? 3-5. The Fever, what? 2-8 or some shit. I do believe Chicago next year gonna be a team to be reckoned with. The Chicago Sky, I think they're gonna be a team to be reckoned with. These rookies they got over on the Sky, man, it reminds me, if we want to compare a WNBA team to an NBA team, this Sky team probably I would compare to I would compare them to like a team like the New York Knicks. Dominating center, dominating power forward. All they got to do is fill in the rest of the pieces, and that's a game over, baby. I know some of y'all probably listen to this and be like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do. Because I watch the game that much. And I do believe they got something special going on there. The Indiana Fever, man, that's going to be a disaster, and you can mark my words. Caitlin Clark is setting records like she did in college, but they ain't not winning. They not winning with that. Like I said, I've seen players coming to go in NBA that can score a lot of points but never win nothing. Never win nothing. Can I give you an example real quick? How about Harold Miner, Baby Jordan? Oh, he was dunking all over everybody, scoring points. Didn't win nothing, though. These people just hyping this girl up, and she in for a hard fall. In this WNBA season, ain't like that college basketball season. It's a lot rougher. Everything is harder. The fouls that you get on you is harder. The amount you got to run up the court is harder. The higher you got to jump, the faster you got to run. It's not going to be easy for any of them, really. But we're going to see who built for it and who not. I'm looking forward to this. I'm capturing what I'm seeing out here in this WNBA. And this might be a reference point for people to come back later and maybe say this guy was right. He was the Nostradamus. Okay? Like this shit I'm hearing, just like where you coming up with this? Where you coming up with this? You got to look at the teams I was playing. Come on, man. These country bumpkin ass broads out there in the middle of nowhere. What teams were they playing? The schedule they was facing. Yeah, they gonna be in the national title. It's a different thing when they get in the tournament. They won some of them games to make it there. But did they win when they got there? Did they win with the player that they hyping up when they got there? No. They did not. All right, man, I'm just on a rant. I welcome all comments. You know, I don't respond to them no more, but I see them. Leave your comments. I might get back with you. Depends on what you say. Peace out. Catch you on the next one.